Is a mixture of different seasons. There's good seasons where everything is working out exactly as you want it to. Seasons where everything is thriving, everything is blooming, everything is buzzing. But then there are seasons where it's exactly the opposite. We are down, everything is slow, everything feels so gloomy, like nothing is happening, nothing is growing. And, at this time we are persevering, we're holding on, and our faith is being strengthened. We're going through trials, we're going through challenges. It's almost as if we are surrounded by some sort of a darkness. Now, the question then becomes, what do you do with your gift when your seasons change? What should you be doing with what you have in your hand and whatever it is that you're working on? Now, this is what I love about Paul. Paul says something in 2 Timothy chapter 4. He says, I charge you. Sounds like a command. I charge you, I urge you, preach the gospel in and out of season. So Paul acknowledges that there are times where the seasons will be in your favor. Everything will be supporting what you are doing, and everything will be making it easy to serve. It will be uplifting, encouraging, motivating. It's going to be easy to operate within your gift. But he says, even out of season, when the odds are against you, when you don't feel like it, when life is throwing you, challenges left, right, and center, when you are even struggling to get out of bed, what does he say? He says, preach the gospel. Do what you need to do. Don't stop because you don't feel like it. Don't stop because of the challenges. Now, Paul says convince. He says rebuke. He says exhort. He is saying you need to be convincing in what you do, convincing in what you portray, convincing in what you show. This is actually similar to what the Bible tells us about fasting, right? It says don't be like the hypocrites that, they wear a sad countenance when they're fasting and they look like they're dying. That is not convincing. That makes it look difficult. That makes it look, undesirable. We need to be convincing in our demeanor, convincing in how we speak, convincing in how we carry ourselves. Meaning that although we are suffering, although we are faced with so many trials and tribulations, we still need to look the part and sound the part. The inconsistencies in our lives, the trials and the challenges that we go through cannot affect our ministries. We see this with Jesus Christ. When news came to him that his friend Lazarus was sick, what did Jesus Christ do? He carried on with the business of the day, knowing that this was mainly sent to be an interruption or a hindrance to what he was actually supposed to do. It is our duty to fulfill our ministries. Now the big question becomes, why is it so important? Paul says a time is coming when they will not be able to endure sound doctrine, meaning that we are racing against a ticking clock, that we don't even know how much time we actually have. But we know that a time is coming where people will no longer be able to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They won't want to hear the truth. They will want to hear whatever makes them happy, whatever tickles their ears. So in order for us to fulfill our mandate, in order for us to fulfill that which God has created us to fulfill, it is important to understand that whatever is happening in our personal lives is just there to try and hinder us, delay us from doing what we have been mandated to do. Because he knows that there is a time that will come that no one will listen. And he's trying to hinder us and delay us and slow us down, derail our focus so that people don't get to hear the good news, so that people's lives are not transformed, so that people's lives are not changed. But you and I know better. We know that whatever is happening outside of our ministry has nothing to do with our ministry. Every day we need to be faithful to the call, faithful to the cause. We keep on pushing towards the mark of the high calling. Irregardless of how we feel, irregardless of what we're going through, we are going to be faithful and consistent on a daily basis.